Kerry Boulton is Australia's most respected exit strategy advisor and CEO of the Exit Strategy Group. Welcome to this week's segment.
What else can you tell us about? How do you find these strategic buyers? Because as opposed to just another, just a husband or a wife or couple, whatever, that just want to buy a business to, kind of have a job. You're really looking someone that's looking for not just to run the business, but looking for the strategic value, right?
Sure.
Okay.
A really good way is to go around and ask some of your, for instance, your relationship with some suppliers that you might have. Ask them when they're going to other businesses that are not in your industry, but different industries, who their customers might be, who you could maybe chat to that could have complementary services that you might be able to have in your business. So you can flip it around a little so that you're basically doing a little bit of spy work.
Okay. So you don't go out and tell them, I'm selling my business, who do you know?
No.
So how do you phrase it to them? Just explain that one more time.
Yeah, you could just say, if you're going to one of your suppliers, let's take the cleaning business. You might be purchasing some
high-powered vacuum cleaners or whatever.
Yeah, exactly, vacuum cleaners and those sorts of things. Just ask them what other businesses do they work with who might be looking for your type of services, and you'd be surprised who they know. It really is about having those sort of confidential but general discussions. That's one way of doing it anyway. The other way is, of course, just to sit down and brainstorm. Sure, you've got friends that you can take into your confidence anyway. Most people do. You might be able to sit down with your friend and just simply brainstorm who is it that might be a complementary business that we could put on our list of potential buyers for us.
I've heard experts kind of say, asking yourself the question, who can make more money out of my business than what I can?
Sure.
So, for example, if you sold it to a company that has 100,000 customers and you only have 2,000 customers, they would make more money by taking your products and services and selling them to their larger customer base.
Correct.
So you're trying to really package up an opportunity where someone else can make more money than what you can. Correct. So they pay you a better price.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
And that may well be a competitor in that case.
Yes.
That could well be a competitor.
So it could be a larger competitor. You could talk to your suppliers, see who they know. I've also heard, I don't know necessarily how you'd find these, but I have a friend of mine that sold her catering business to a company from the UK that was looking to expand into the market. So how do you find other international players that are looking to get in?
Well, the other way of doing it, of course, is to put an ad on Craigslist.
Yep.
It's as simple as that. You could do that without breaking confidences and just putting out an opportunity that you could describe. That if you're looking for international, you might
oftentimes
find
you can go to these big internet trade shows.
Yes.
Because if you have an industry trade show and all the big players are there, you can obviously pick business cards up and network with them over there.
You can, absolutely.
Any other ways to find buyers that you want to share?
You could also be thinking about your own customers. They're another great source. They could well be, that your buyer could be amongst your customer list, without a doubt.
And I know that as well in certain countries there's special visas for people that are wanting to immigrate to a country as well, and they have to pay a certain amount of money for an actual business. So talking to immigration companies is also another way to go.
Yes, it is, and because those companies that actually assist people with that business migration, and understanding what the true motivation is too, because the buyer will have a different agenda to you, the seller. They'll have a completely different agenda. So you really have to get into their heads in a way and think like the way that they're thinking.
Which is probably why the audit's such a good idea to do before you start talking to real buyers.
Yep.
If you don't have a copy of Kerry's new book, The Uncensored Truth About Exit Strategies, please visit freeexitstrategybook.com.au.